I think that mammals provide like the kind of attention that allows you to protect more than just the mammal. It makes mammals quite special as like an umbrella species. Growing up and seeing a lot of the documentaries from being in a country with very little large mammal diversity, and seeing a lot of the documentaries on TV of these like large mammals that exist in places like this, it's just always kind of been the route that I wanted to go down. My name's Nadine Holmes, and I've been working for about 2 years now as the Mammal Research Coordinator with Fauna Forever. We do focus mainly on medium to large, so anything from agouti size and upwards. We kind of have like 3 different ways of studying the mammals here. So the first one is primate follows, which is really where we just find a group of monkeys and follow them around the jungle. And with that we're able to look at trees that they might be associated with. We're looking at home range sizes and group dynamics. And then we have transects, so mammal transects, where we like really slowly walk along the trail in the mornings and the night times, looking for any signs of mammals, densities of animals. It's really important to know what animals actually exist here, including using tracks. And then we use camera traps. We're looking at kind of abundance and diversity of medium to large mammal species using a camera trap grid. But we're also looking at how the kind of like mammal diversity varies based on different types of jungle. So whether it's primary protected forest or whether it's, you know, human impacted lands. We put them onto the trees or some kind of area that allows us to attach the camera. And it's generally around knee height so that we can get in the image everything that's passing. And once they're turned on, then they basically trigger when there's movement going past the camera. There's still just always so much to learn about mammals, because you think generally of like jaguars and pumas, but there's like a whole array of mammals out there. And I think that makes them like really special because they do have their kind of secret lives as well. Everybody has this kind of idea when you go into the world of mammal research, big mammal research or carnivore research, that every day is going to be jaguars and pumas and lions and all of these really exciting things like on the documentaries, but in reality the actual sightings are pretty few and far between. So expecting to see things on cameras, yeah, we can see some really nice things on the camera traps, but in terms of like your day-to-day life, expect it to actually be a lot quieter and maybe even relaxing, walking through the jungle in almost silence. If you're here for a month, you will see monkeys. I also think that people could expect to see things in the night time, like also nocturnal monkeys, but armadillos and pacas and kinkajous or olingas. But I think like what's important about the aim of everything is how we can like take information from all of the nature that's around us and kind of like funnel all of that into conserving species and rainforest. Everything's adapted to its role within the rainforest, so even down to your mammals, you have very well adapted mammals, and that sometimes makes them kind of strange. So if you see a giant anteater, for example, we have a mammal running around somewhere back there. You hear him? How big was it? A peccary? Okay, well hopefully it like comes behind us or something. Yeah, that would be cool, hey? Okay, so when you see a giant anteater, for example, it's one of the strangest things you'll ever see in your life, with like its huge tail and its really, really long like snout, but it's adapted perfectly for this environment. I think if you work with, not even just mammals to be honest, like a lot of the species that we work with here, if we're not working with people at the same time, then I think that not a lot of this is actually really applicable. For me, that's like really important, knowing that we can know how many jaguars are walking here, but if we're not working with people who have their every single day lives here, then we're probably not going to be able to save all of those jaguars that we've collected information on. It's really complex and it involves like people and wildlife and law and politics and everything, so it's really interesting. Yeah. One of the main things that an intern or a volunteer can gain from working with mammals here is learning the skills of transects and also camera trapping. They're quite universally used for research in mammals because mammals are generally elusive in most parts of the world, especially like carnivore species or even some herbivore species. If you want to come and learn about the mammals and the diversity of the rainforest, then coming to Fauna Forever is a really good idea. It can also help you to develop your own personal research and conservation skills individually as well. So I would recommend coming and giving things a try and really seeing how life is as a researcher and a conservationist out here in the Amazon.